Shim Mheuka is being touted as one of the brightest prospects in European football. He is a product of Chelsea's academy after he joined them in 2022 when he decided to leave Brighton. His rapid progression has seen him score goals at every youth level, and recently he would earn his first call-up to Chelsea's senior squad, resulting in him making his first team debut in early 2025. Alongside representing Chelsea, he has also played for England at every age group between the under-15s to the under-19s. After reading various scouting reports and watching numerous videos on Shim Mheuka, it is easy to see why he's so highly regarded. The player has a clear number of strengths to his game. That is what has led to his rapid rise. His most obvious strength is his clinical finishing in front of goal. He displays a natural ability to be in the right place at the right time and is confident in his abilities as a goal scorer. Another big advantage he has is his physicality. This often leads to mismatches at youth level. There are a few things he could improve on though. He sometimes tries too hard to do everything himself, and that can be at the detriment of his own team. He could also work on his aerial abilities. For a player of his build, it is a weak point. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of Passion 4 FM, we can show you what Shim Mheuka could look like in FM24, as well as give you a sneak peek as to what he could look like when FM26 is released later on in the year. Now, if you're the type of manager who likes to scout all the latest Wonderkids, and you want to add hundreds of brand new real-world Wonderkids to your save games, we might just have the thing for you. In the description down below, you will find the Passion 4 FM Next Gen database. When you download that database and start it off with a brand new save game, you're going to unlock hundreds of real-life Wonderkids from across the globe, such as Shim Mheuka, and you're going to be able to scout them, sign them, and develop them. Right then, in today's video, we're going to take a look at the career of Shim Mheuka. We're going to go 15 years into the future to see how the player develops. But before we jump into the video proper, Chelsea fans, this is your call to action. Go to the comment section and let me know just how good is Shim Mheuka. I've seen reports, I've watched videos, and there is a real buzz around this kid, especially now he has broken into the first team. But what I want to know is how good do you think he can be both in real life and how good he will turn out in this simulation using FM24. Whilst you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There are plenty of other potential Wonderkids of Football Manager videos to come, and you don't want to miss out on any of the new kids that are going to be in the game as we head towards FM26. Right then, as I said, we are going to be looking at Shim Mheuka's career. I've tried to replicate the current date as best I can. We are going to start a save in 2024 and advance 15 years into the future. That means that Mheuka is 16 years old and he will start brand new save games as part of Chelsea's under-18s team. Looking at the player at the start of these brand new saves, he's a real ball of raw talent. Looking at his attributes in the technicals, dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading, penalty taking and technique stand out for the technicals. In the mentals, it's all about his anticipation, composure, flair off the ball and work rate. He scores 14 for determination. In the physicals, he looks ready for adult football already. 14 acceleration, 14 natural fitness and 14 pace. They're paired with agility and strength, scoring highly too. Now don't forget, these are just estimations how we think Mheuka would look, and he's part of the Passion 4 FM Next Gen database. So let's see how his career develops. We're going to jump 15 years into the future and see how Mheuka turns out. The first checkpoint that we come to is 5 years into the future. It's now 2029. Mheuka is 21 years old and he's still at Chelsea. He's worked his way up from the under-18s into the under-21 squad and even would spend a season away from the club on loan at Ipswich to gain some first team experience. He would play 35 times, scoring 12 goals. Upon his return to Chelsea, he has now broken into the first team, making 9 first team appearances, but he isn't yet a fully fledged first team squad member. Looking at the attributes, there is plenty of development that has come in the first 5 years. Looking at the technicals, finishing is up to 15, dribbling is up to 14. He still has first touch, heading, long shots, penalty taking and technique standing out too. In the mentals, anticipation of 14, composure of 15, determination of 14 and work rate of 14. And in the physicals, he continues to develop there too. Acceleration up to 15, agility up to 15, natural fitness of 15 and pace of 15. That's paired with stamina, strength and balance, all scoring highly too. So at the 5-year marker, there is clear development, but there is clearly a lack of first-team football at Chelsea. Will he have to go out on loan again to get more first-team football to keep his development going? As we arrive 10 years into the future, we find that it is all changed for Mheuka. He has decided to swap Chelsea for Everton. Initially, he would go out on loan at Everton, and they would pay £9.75 million for his services. That comes after his first team minutes were limited at Chelsea and he needed to get out to get first team football. He leaves Chelsea playing 43 games, scoring just the once, and he has now played for Everton for a number of seasons, racking up 73 appearances, scoring 17 times. Looking at the player, the development between 21 and 26 seems to have stagnated. Now, that could be down to the fact that Chelsea refused to play him in his first team a lot more, and that would hold him back in terms of his development, playing in youth teams still and not getting that first team experience. But hopefully, now he's broken into Everton's first team, that development can come between the ages of 26 and 31. Looking at the attributes though, they really are exactly as they were 5 years ago. He still scores well for dribbling, finishing, first touch, penalty taking and technique. In the mentals, he scores highly for anticipation, composure, determination and flair. And in the physicals, it's 15 acceleration, 15 jumping reach, agility and natural fitness and strength. And he scores 14 for stamina. So, with his big move to Everton now, getting him back on track, getting him into the first team, just how much more development is to come between the ages of 26 and 31. We have now reached the final checkpoint. We are 15 years into the future. It's 2039. Mheuka is 31 years old and he's still at Everton. He has now played for Everton 156 times, scoring 31 goals. And despite the fact he's 31, that means he's only actually played 234 first team games, scoring 44 goals. Looking at the player once again, there wasn't really any development to come between the ages of 26 and 31. And it actually seems like the player has stagnated to the point that he's now not going to improve any further. It's pretty disappointing to see how this one has turned out. I thought that Mheuka really had a great shot at going on to have a massive career in this simulation. I mean, when you look at it, he's played 34 times for England's under-21s and scored 28 goals. In terms of his senior career, only 44 from 234 games is pretty disappointing. But what I will suggest to you is go out and test Chelsea's patience early. If you can sign this player, put him into your first team, I am pretty sure that he's going to score goals quickly, and there is far more development to come from Shim Mheuka if you use him correctly. In real life, I think he's actually going to go and have a much, much better career than this simulation. The game doesn't always get it right, and once again, these are just estimations as to what we think. And it really comes down to that first team experience and a lack of it from playing at Chelsea. I think you can develop him far superior to what you see on screen. And in real life, he's getting comparisons to players like Romelu Lukaku. And I think his career really can hit those heights if Chelsea can keep his development going, keep him around that first team and really push him into the future. And he's going to be a star for not just Chelsea, but I think he will be a star for England too. Right then, once again, let me know in the comments section, did you see this coming? Did you see him just ending up at Everton? Did you think he was going to go on and have a far superior career? Did you think he come out of it just about where you thought he would be? Or, on reflection, is it a fair turnout of how the player looked all the way through his progressions? Whilst you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You do not want to miss out on any of the future potential Wonderkids of Football Manager videos. Right then, I'm going to start to wrap this one up. A big thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you on another video very soon.